All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Dove honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, whom I learn from. Peace and salutation to the elect. This is Brother Barak, coming at you another lesson I pray is edifying and exhorting. And today is October the 14th, year 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Okay, I'm reporting live down here from Tampa Bay. And man, it's pretty much it's going down, down here, through the spirit. We examine things through the spirit so we can see what's actually taking place. Okay. And one thing I noticed, throughout what the things that's going on is that we're in a live exercise. You see, majority of the people, they don't realize that. So as I was, observing people, I was thinking to myself, like, man, people really moving along like everything is just regular. Well, you got certain people, but you can feel the energy. You can feel it. Hey, the thing's not going to go back to normal. I'm not saying that they're not going to be able to, get everybody power back on and get these gas stations rolling. But still, we know that Esau, Edom, he never let a good crisis go to waste. See, you have many people that have got hip to the weather machine, the weather modification machine. The HARP, and there's actually other weather modification systems as well. So, but that's where they stop at. They say, oh, the government is using this and they using that and they doing this and doing that. But they never think about why. They say that, but they don't understand what comes behind that. So the water Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for, revealing the mysteries unto us, and we're hip. People know about the 15-minute cities, the NWO, the Build Back Better program, all these things, been documented, okay. And now we see them rolling out the red carpet. We seeing these things take place. So let's start here. I believe is it 2 Corinthians or 1 Corinthians? Let me try 1 Corinthians first. Okay, it might be 2 Corinthians. Let me see here. Bear with me 1 second. So 2 Corinthians, let me see if it's 2 and 11. Yep, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. In NLT, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. See, that's what he's doing. He's just scheming on the people. Because you even have some people down here in Tampa that their power came on, their electricity came back on, but then it went off again. So since you people out there so smart, you tell me what's going on. Okay, you have the sheriff, you got polices at gas stations, directing traffic. So pretty much they're pushing forth that police presence. Okay, and all they got to do is just keep it going, and you people just going to get used to it. Okay, you got the fuel trucks, they're being escorted by different sheriff cars, man. So through the spirit, man, we know this is a live exercise. So what I did, I typed in Google, and what I said, what does it mean to be in a live exercise? Because, Google is very particular. You got to be careful. If depending on the information you're trying to draw out, you have to word it a certain way. And then it's going to give you answers based on, certain words that you use. Okay. So anyways, I did the voice thing. It said, what does it mean to be a part of a live exercise? In the AI overview, it says a live exercise means participating in a training scenario when real forces, personnel, and equipment are actively involved, simulating a realistic situation as closely as possible. Often used in military contexts where troops might engage in maneuvers with live ammunition, depending on the exercise type, to test their readiness in a practical environment. So that's what they're doing. They're testing the readiness, about when they practically roll these things out worldwide. See, we always speak about these things in prophecy about suddenly should a song plays appear on song. They're not going to just, because what happened if you got, say you got a big area of roaches, just say something like that, we Jake be fighting with the roaches, so I can use this as an example. And then you take the roach spray and you just spray. What's going to happen is all the roaches is going to scatter, So you don't come at them like that. You set forth little traps, and like pretty much what they're doing, they're taking off section by section. You see? So they test things on the whole world, like the CV-19. But as far as implementing their situation right now. We living in a live test right now down here in Tampa, Florida. It's not just Tampa, Florida. I speak for Tampa, Florida because I'm down here in the city. But there's other brothers as well. Shalom to those Akim as well. Them brothers doing they reporting on it as well. Matter of fact, let me quote this brother's title for his video. My spirit, because he popped up first. All right, so let me go. They did this lesson the other day. It says perplex. This is the brother GMS Quan 144. It says perplex. Look it up or step outside is happening. So that word perplex goes back to confusion. So look it up. You can either look it up, okay, but the best thing to do is to step outside and you can see these people. You can feel the different energy, man. It's a different spirit down here. People are on edge. But it's still people down here that don't have lights, man, that don't have electricity. Certain people, haven't had it since the day of the storm. Certain people, the storm came, I believe, Wednesday. It was already getting bad like Tuesday, but then Wednesday when the storm finally got here, and then it picked up Thursday. So a lot of people, and tomorrow's Wednesday. So people already went like a week already without lights. And what people have been accustomed to in America, Babylon the Great, is what's that word? Not complacency, but convenience. Okay, everything has been convenient. Well, you could just go to any gas station. Gas stations 24 hours. You can go get gas anytime. You can always go flip your light, and then the light turn on hot water, because that's what Esau did as well. He put everything on an electrical grid, so he don't got to worry about turning this off, turning that off. No, all he just one press of a button, he can pretty much shut down the city. He can pretty much shut down the world. Okay, but these people don't even realize that they're living in a live test. They don't realize that, man, everything that they once had is being taken away from them right before their eyes. Let's get here to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 22. It says, and suddenly should the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's right, what you're seeing is things run out. That's part of the storehouse, what the gas is starting to be found empty. Because even the mayor said, oh yeah, the gas being here, we just was waiting on the on the port to turn on the electricity, waiting on the power to come back on so they can move it around from the ports, because they got a pipeline that runs directly to Orlando, and the trucks deliver to these certain stations. But come on, that's all BS, because down here as well, like in that port area, they got huge fuel tanks. So they could have been pushing out that fuel, but they don't want to push out that fuel. They got billions of dollars to send to Ukraine, millions and billions to send to the Middle East, overseas. They doing all this for these other countries over foreign, but right here, domestically, they're not taking care of you, right? And then yeah, they monitoring everything. All the people that sign up for the FEMA relief, they monitoring how you people act. It was some silly niggas, and I know it was niggas, because you know how niggas move in the area that it's in. The storm hit, and they had a movie a while ago called I forgot the name of it, but it was like pretty much a big storm came and what people was looting. But yeah, some niggas out here in Tampa, they looted the shoe store. So that show you what Jake mindset is at. Okay, here we are. The world is in the middle of a crisis. Right here, they crashing your dollar. They taking over your city. And these niggas worry about being fly. They worry about having the newest shoes. Okay? You see? So you people are already turning on each other. Traffic is ridiculous. That's why they got the police out. Because road rage, people cutting lines, people fighting for gas. Just people, what they doing, because ain't like they trying to get this gas, just to make it essential so they can go back and forth to work and take care of it. They know what people want to do. They want to continue to live their life. They want to still have a full tank of gas and ride around and, on their leisure time and just bullshit. That's what people is doing. They're fighting for their convenience. Okay, their complacency. But what the Lord is doing, he's snatching his rod right from under them. And it's wild out here, because when you see the people that you can tell that their spirit is off, but them not being spiritual, they can't discern what's happening. They don't understand that we're going through a live exercise, man. Okay? Until you occupy on the four corners of the world, come across these lessons, yeah, brothers got to gear up, man. Because that's another thing I was meditating on as well, because we in a time where that's why you got to pay attention directly to these prophetic videos and build yourself up. Build yourself up now, because the times that we're in and the times that we're also coming into, you ain't gonna be able to get no lessons on who is the beast. What is the micro C here? What is the mark of the beast? On character building, how you should handle this situation, how you should handle that situation. No, you got to get that right now because the Lord is drawing this thing up. You know, like Apostle Hart Ben said, when Jacob's trouble fully pop out, you ain't gonna have to ask, are you in the middle of Jacob's trouble? Right now, we're already at the beginning stages of it. Okay, so we coming into a time where you're just gonna have to be on the move. You're gonna have to do what you got to do to survive. You're gonna have to already have this word in you, right? It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So right now is the time to be putting off the weak nature, putting off the old man. Right now is the time to be gearing up for battle. It say, make ye ready. It say, make you ready for thy battle, to thy battle. So you get ready before the battle. But it says, but in those evils, so in those evils, that's the bad time. That's the time of the battle. Be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So right now is the time to get it. Get it while the getting is good. Okay, because the Lord moves in phases and steps. And what we have entered into is to the next phase, the next step. Okay, you see? Because like we said, like I quoted earlier, people, they can tell you about the weather manipulation, but why? What's next? What's going on? So they haven't been made privy to these things, but the things that true brothers know, that's what separates you, Akim, man. Man, you can just see it's a completely different spirit out here. You can feel it. The Lord is sucking this place dry, man. Okay? And people don't realize that they in a live test, man. A live exercise. Their mindset is things going to get better. Like I say, things may get back up online, but this place will never go back to the same that it was because the Lord continues to go forward. He's a progressing power. The Lord ain't going backwards, you know? Let's get, since we here in 2nd Ezra, 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Right? So one measure fills up, then we go to the next phase. Then that measure fills up, then we go to the next phase. That's what we're witnessing right now. Let's see what that says in the GNT. 2nd Ezra 4. 4:37. It says, for the Most High has weighed this age, measured the years and numbered the days. Nothing will be changed until the time has run its predestined course. So that's what everything has already been set. So one thing have run its course, and then the next. Remember the writing on the wall, what Belshazzar found out, he had been weighed in the balance, he had been found wanting. Okay, and next thing you know, it was time for the Persian Empire. The Persian Empire took the kingdom. Okay, you see. So we're going into the next phase. And the scriptures tell you that the saints shall take the kingdom. But what we're seeing is the left hand side, Esau, Edom, because what he's doing, he is desperate measures. Desperate measures. He's trying to push forward his NWO. Let's get Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. You see? So Esau, Edom, he realized that he have a short time. So what he's doing, he's moving forward with his agenda, man. Okay? And like they say, we use weather manipulation because now we pretty much got a boogeyman. There's nobody that you can really blame. Oh, that was Mother Nature. Okay? But at the same time, we coming up on the elections. Oh, yeah, I got to get into an article on that as well. Okay? We coming up onto the elections. They saying that somebody else just tried to, first they try to label it as a so-called attempt, you know, ASSINATED, you know, TION, so like ASSINATION on Trump. They try to say that was what, the third one, the fourth one, right? But then you say you got the dude outside of the rally with all of this stuff, you know, all these, you know, sticks on him, so to say. Okay. So that leads to this article. It says, I found this on, what is it called? The Newsbreak app. And this is from the New Republic, is the site that posted it. It says Trump goes full dictator with threat to turn military on U.S. Citizens. See, that's what we're saying. They're pushing for a military state. Okay, this is the beginning of martial law. I'm telling you, Tampa is a live exercise state. Don't forget, we got one of the biggest Air Force bases down here that handle a lot of information, a lot of things over there in the Middle East, man. Okay, you see, it says with less than 30 days on the clock, Donald Trump's full attention is geared toward election day, but the specifics of his vision are veering into dangerous territory. Speaking with Fox News' Maria Bartiromo on Sunday, the Republican presidential nominee claimed that the real election day issue is the enemy from within. You see? So what they're about to do, ultimately, we coming to the persecution of the saints, man, because fuck everybody else. You see? This is about to be persecution of the saints. Let's grab here Jeremiah. And with persecution of the saints, which means all hell finna break loose on these streets, man. I'm telling you, you can see it. Things will not go through the spirit. Things will not go back to normal, man. And when I say that, I'm saying spiritually, like right now, we're going forward. Just as CV19, things never went back to normal. Although they so-called lift up the restrictions and people try to make it seem like they life got back together. No, they started middle class out. That's another thing. I know a few restaurant owners. And man, just this week, for those people that's been closed for a week, man, they hurt. They hurt. Because pretty much just as the average citizens are living check to check, so are these middle class owners. If you own a business, you gotta pay overhead on that and all of that stuff. Then you paying the expenses for that business, which they're not really making no money. You see? Because why interest rates were so high on these loans they was taking out. So now you got even these business owners, they're putting in applications at FEMA for small business owners, man. The small business associations. Everybody is hit, man. Which ultimately leads to the mark of the beast. That he calls all, both rich and poor, free and bond, all to receive that mark. Okay? So Jeremiah 25, let me see. It might not be 25. Let me see. Okay, it might be 25 and 29. Let me see. Yep. Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 29, it says, "For lo, I begin to bring evil on a city which is called by my name," which is the nation of Israel. And then when they say this city, he's speaking by his citizens, his people. This is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay? You so-called Negroes, Latino, Native and Central American Indians, all hell is about to break loose on you, man. Okay? Oh man, it's gonna go down out here. It says, "For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished, ye shall not be unpunished. For I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, Yahweh shall roar from on his holy, from on his, Yahweh shall roar, Yahweh shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth." You see? So pretty much it's great judgment finna befall upon the earth. The Spirit of the Lord has completely took over, man. Okay? And it's only going to increase in these latter days, man. That's why the scripture say, "Thou shalt well consider it at the end." They go know that the prophet have been among them. It's only evil coming from here on out, man. Okay? You see, these people are through. So back into this article, it says, now this is Trump, quote, it says, "I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within," Trump said, deflecting Bartiromo's baseless suggestion that Chinese immigrants in the country are rapists would interfere in the outcome of the election. Not even the people that have come in and destroying our country, by the way, totally destroying our country. We have some, because basically they're trying to blame on outsiders, but Trump say that's not the problem. The problem is from within. So check this out. He says, "We have some very bad people," Trump continued. "We have some sick people, radical left lunatics, and I think they're the," then it says that, "and I think they're the, and it should be easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military. because they can't let that happen. Trump to Bartiromo on what worries him about election day. I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within, sick people, radical left lunatics, and it should be easily handled. Okay, that's what I just read. So I'm going to jump down to another quote. He says, we'll put them down very quickly if they do that. We have the right to do that. We have the power to do that if we want, Trump said at the time, according to Politico. Look, it's called insurrection. He continued, we just send in and we do it very easy. I mean, it's very easy. I'd rather not do that because there's no reason for it. But if we had to, we do that and put it down within minutes, right? Because he said, what? It's just insurrection. Now, let's go here. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so what I'm gonna pull that word up, then we're gonna get this word. Then we're gonna get this verse. All right, so what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna pull out this word insurrection. Look up. Okay, so when you go into the word insurrection, it goes into rebellion, refusal of obedience or order. Rebellion is a violent uprising against one's government. A rebel is a person who engages. So pretty much insurrection goes to a violent uprising against an authority or government. Then we go link that up with the scriptures. We go to 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. It says, for there should be sedition. Now let's get this word sedition. Because all these things go hand in hand. Okay, I don't want to lose that tab. So let's go here. SCD. Okay. So sedition is conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. So pretty much sedition leads to insurrection. So the scripture is telling you there should be sedition among men and invading one another. So they're looking at, first and foremost, the prophets as being sedition, as committing sedition. Then, they tie it all in with the white supremacists and all these other groups, the Proud Boys. They tie all those in, but really who they're coming after is the men of the Lord. For there should be, 2 Ezra 15, 16, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So what they're pretty much saying, where everybody's speaking about the weather modification, what that's doing, that's stirring people up, and not everybody's talking trash about the government. So eventually people are going to start to take matters into their own hands and start to do different things. And they're going to blame the so-called talking heads. And who are they going to come after? First and foremost, the men that's out on the highways and byways pushing this word in truth and sincerity. We're not out here inciting riots. We're not doing that because we're not telling people to do nothing. Only thing we telling Jake to do is repent. They come back to the Lord and serve him in truth and sincerity. And the Lord is going to get the vengeance. Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is going to come from the heavens and do his thing. Okay? You see? That's all we saying. But what? We know Esau, Edom, him being the devil, he's going to come down with great wrath. And why? Because it's written, it's prophecy. So what we witnessing, brothers, is all prophecy play out, which shows you the whole world is ultimately under the Lord's live experiment. Okay? The Lord is pulling the strings. The earth is the stage, man. Everything is taking place. That's what the scripture says, to deceive and deceive our minds. But what he gave Esau the power, so now Esau is being deceived. Esau think he's making these things come to pass. But really, the Lord is just using him, right? But yeah, man, I'm going to get one more precept, then I'm going to shut it down. I believe it's 19 or 30. Let me see. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, so let me type this in. Okay, Luke 19:41. All right, because that's what I observed over the people, looking at the people, especially our people. So our people is led as a flock to the slaughter. Our people really don't know, including a lot of guys out here calling themselves Israelites. They don't know what the fuck is going on. Man, the Lord is moving. Can't even say about to move. The Lord is already moving, and it's only going to increase, right? But the thing is, it has been hidden from their eyes. They can't see. They really don't know that they're in a live exercise right now. That these things are truly going down, right? They just think that shit's gonna go back to normal. No, you're the test. You're the dummy. You're the test subject. Okay, and if they can lock this place down and keep this place locked down, they keep this place locked down and bring some more shit elsewhere. But ultimately, we already spoke. Trump planned on, if he get in office, he planned on so-called doing a mass deportation. Then at the same time, he's speaking about mass deportation. And then what did our article call it? It said he pretty much planned on turning the military on the U.S. citizens. Okay? So yeah, man, all hell is about to break loose in America. But this is Luke chapter 19, verse 41. And when he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it. That's how he looked upon the nation of Israel and wept, saying, if thou hast known, even thou at least in this thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace, but now they are hid from thy eyes. And that's what the same thing, the compassion that we have, because we're looking at Jake. I'm like, damn, Jake, the Lord really blinded them. They don't know what, man, they're about to die. A lot of people are about to die right now, man. And they don't see it. They don't understand what's going on. Verse 43, for the day shall come upon thee that thy enemies shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side. And that's what Esau is doing right now. He's compassing a trench round about them. Okay. Heavy police presence. Okay. You can't get gas. Okay. A lot of people don't have power. Okay. Food is short. And everything is expensive. Everybody is on edge right now. So what I did, I hit this word trench, and it goes to carrots, a pale or stake, a palisade. And when you go into this would be like those sharp instruments, like they look like spikes. They were in the ancient days, they would dig a trench, because they said trench. They'd dig a trench and they'd stick that there, so to the point people couldn't exit or enter the city. So that's pretty much what they're doing now. Now to take you back to 2nd Ezra. What was that? 2nd Ezra 15 and it might be 16. Second Ezra 16, not that one. Let me see. I know I'm reading right over it, Salakia, but I just type it in. 2nd Ezra, yeah, it was 15. 2nd Ezra 15 and 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because the enemy is setting a trench about thee. Okay? Now, ultimate trench is going to be the sea hill, which all leads back to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 on down. The mark of the beast. Okay? You're not going to be, you're going to need pretty much, that's going to be your green pass, your green card. Okay? You see? You're not going to be able to buy or sell with it, nor are you going to be able to enter certain zones without having that, because pretty much you're going to be ostracized from society. You're going to be a no citizen. You're not going to, pretty much, when they brought the slaves over here, they said there was 3/5 of a man. Now, they coming down, when I say slaves, I'm speaking about the so-called Negroes that came from the western coast of Africa. When they brought Jake over here, they labeled us as 3/5 of a man. But now, all that shit is coming into everybody now. If you're here in America, you're pretty much fuck being 3/5 of a man. You're considered nobody if you don't have that C-hip. You're not on a grid, okay? You see? Which makes you, ain't no telling what they gonna label you as then, but you brothers know what I'm talking about, that T word. All right? So back here in Luke 19, oh man, it took me all the way back up. Luke chapter 19, verse 43. For the day shall come upon thee that thy enemies shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side, and shall lay thee even with the ground and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave indeed one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation. See, a lot of people are going to die, point blank, period. Why? Because people are going to be rebelling. People are going to get out of control. It's just in you, and that's what they did. They didn't build you up. They didn't fatten you up. So much with all this convenience. Now when they take away that spoon that they've been spoon feeding you, people go bug out, they go lose it. When people have nothing to lose, they lose it. Apostle Kabal always quote that. And what's going to happen is all the prophecies are going to kick in. They're going to be invading one another for the lack of bread. Everybody's going to turn on each other. Division in households, all these different things is coming to take place upon earth. Because the Lord made a perverse spirit here, man. Everybody is just full of fucking demons. Everybody walking around here with all these fucking demons on them, man. And you can feel the energy, man. It's a whole different spirit out here, man. The plagues, right? Verse Yep, it says, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation. And that was when Yahushua was on the scene. That was the visitation. That was the chief prophet, the right hand of the Most High. That was really the Most High visiting his people by his son. They didn't take heed. Remember the parable, the owner, roughly paraphrasing, he sent his servants, they beat the servants, and then he sent the son. And they said, man, we kill the son, then we can take away his inheritance. So right now, the same thing. They didn't listen to Yahweh Shai, so they're not listening to us. The Lord sent us. So this is the time of their visitation. When the prophets are on the scene, that's the time of your visitation. That's the Lord warning you to get your act together. That's the Lord warning you to repent, because he about to come down with great judgment. So now, since I said that, what's that? First Chronicles. I believe it's First Chronicles. Let me see here. Is it 15 or 36? Let me see. Let me pull this in a minute. All right, so it must be First Chronicles. Nope. Maybe Second Chronicles. 36. I believe it's the last chapter. Yep. Second Chronicles chapter 36, verse 15. And Yahweh, God of their fathers, sent to them by his messengers. So this is how the Lord speaking to you. He's sending for you to come back to him by his messengers, his prophets, right? Sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. So when you see the prophets, that's really an extension of mercy that the Lord is showing you. He's showing you that he's trying to have mercy on you. He's trying to have compassion. But it's ultimately only for the elect, because only the elect will hear it and repent. It pleased the Lord by the foolishness of preaching to save those who believe. Second Chronicles chapter 36, verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of Yahweh arose against his people till there was no remedy. See, the prophets been out here. Apostle Tahar been doing this work for coming up on 40 years. What about his elders? Since the time of Abba Bivens, you can say around, I'll just say 1970. Right now we're in 2024. So that would be 54 years. Okay. You see, that the Lord have had his hand stretched out. You know, and that's just based on what we've been taught since Abba Bivens. Okay. So 54 years and you people still have not repented. So now the Lord is bringing forth that judgment. There's not going to be no remedy. What is that? Ezekiel the 9th chapter. If you don't have that Thawa, the mark of exemption, you're going to be slaughtered. You're going to be slain. You're going to be put to death. So right now, you really want to be building your relationship up with the Lord. You know what the mark of the beast is. You know to love the Lord with all your heart. You know to love the brothers, and you know not to take that chip. And other than that, you just pray and walk in faith. And hey, may the Lord have mercy on you. But hey, we in those times, and it's only going to get worse from here on out. Like I say, they might get the city back up running. Everybody get power, but they could have been did that. That's how you know this is a live exercise. They still testing things out. Well, let's see if we delay it a little longer. You know, let's make the gas get escorted, or we gonna give out free gas over here, 10 gallons worth. Man, you people gonna be begging for that sea help by the time the Lord done using Esau to whoop your ass, man. Okay, but with that, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, brothers. You know, hey, this is it, man. We in those times, and I'm telling you, Tampa. That's what I'm tired of this lesson, man. Tampa is under a live exercise or something, you know, to that extent. But hey, with that, I say Shalom, Kal Halah Yimlah, Elahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, the bonus to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, whom I learned from. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.